welcome to the Cozy Niche, y'all. Thanks so much. Of course, I was having some technical difficulties as usual. But thank you guys so much for staying here with me on the Cozy Niche. So I want to say thank you for tuning in tonight for Jersey Girl, the Cozy Niche. And if you did not see my t-shirt, well, not my t-shirt, but my sweatshirt from earlier, it says that God ain't, let me see if I can pull it up, petty, but I am. This shirt, this sweatshirt was actually made by the one and only Chocolate Girls Designs. And of course, I want to be able to show you guys exactly what that looks like. So let me go ahead and make sure I pop up this image of Chocolate Girl Designs. So then that way you guys can see. Bam! Chocolate Girl Designs. Miss Lady Donna Cox, she did an amazing job on this particular sweatshirt. And so, of course, I want to make sure that I'm giving her a shout out for sure with everything that is going on. So you guys already know how this goes. I want y'all to tell me, oh, hey there, Walter Houston. Thank you for being here and being present and accounted for. Hey, Laura. Hey, girl. Hi, darling. Thank you so much for tuning in. I surely do appreciate y'all. Now, hopefully y'all can also see my earrings. And my earrings are courtesy of my collection, okay? And my collection is by Miss Mignette Young, who was also featured on one of our episodes of Jersey Girl Cozy Niche. And she was talking about fibroids. So y'all already know how I want y'all to do. I want you to make sure that you give me a shout out of exactly where you are tuning in from, because I want you guys to like and to share. Okay. So then that way we can get everybody in the room. So then that way we can be talking about Women's History Month, the wonderful thing about Women's History Month. And we are at the end of March. I mean, y'all, this happened so quick. But I did want to talk to you guys about some of the topics and things that we did discuss during this particular month. So we talked about women's health, down there care. Yeah. And how important that is, because that definitely has to do with your overall health as well. Okay. So don't get it twisted. You got to make sure that your down there health is in line and in alignment. Okay. So I talked to you guys about, you know, the different options that are available for those who may be interested in having children or no longer having children, and what exactly that meant for different people. So hey there, Angie, League City in the house. Hey, League City in the house. I definitely appreciate you guys tuning in. That's what I'm talking about. Clear Lake in the house. Hey, Clear Lake in the house. You guys are so awesome and amazing. I surely do appreciate y'all. So I want to ask y'all, what about these last weeks of discussions have intrigued y'all? Like, what did you find to be the most interesting or eye-opening for you? Like stuff that you didn't know, okay? So feel free to go ahead and drop it down into the comments and be like, girl, I didn't know this. Well, Chad, I ain't know that neither. Or maybe you were able to enlighten us with some of your own experience, just like Miss Mignette Young did when she came onto our show and was talking about fibroids, okay, and her journey with fibroids. And so she talked about that, the pain that she was dealing with in regards to the fibroids, the surgery that she ended up having. So it was just many different things that had taken place with that. You guys also got an opportunity to go ahead and check out my mama, my mama, Jersey Girl mama. And she came on talking about changes as you age, okay? So during that time frame of her and I talking, of course, you know, I had let y'all know about the pink book that my mama had going on, which was enlightening us as kids of exactly what our body parts are and what they do and what, you know, what's yours and what ain't nobody else's, okay? And then what she ended up doing in regards to, you know, no longer having children, she basically had her tubes burnt, okay? And I had ablation surgery. And ablation, it just basically meant that it went ahead and it took out the lining. So then that way there's nothing that an egg can attach to. Because I am done, honey. I do not desire to have any more children, okay? I got 3 and I'm good, okay? My oldest going to be 27. Yes, y'all, 27. That's right. Got a 27-year-old. What can I say, baby? I popped them out. And then, I got my two, 17-year-old and soon to be 14-year-old, y'all. Yes. So, honey, I have no desire to rewind the time on nothing. Okay. Not a thing. Not a thing. So I wanted to get into, we also talked about your emotional and well-being. Okay. Because when we're talking about women's health, it is everything that has to do with your health. That is mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and physically. Okay. And I wanted to talk to you guys. I know that you guys had saw me jump on when I was rocking my hat. And I was telling y'all, when you are tired, it's important for you to rest. Okay. Lynn Davison says, I've never had to be fixed, but I'm going through the change. Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Ms. Lynn Davidson, for sure. And I talked to you guys about taking a health assessment, a mental health assessment. It was free and it still is free. Okay. So I want you guys to make sure that y'all go ahead and take advantage of this free assessment. As you can see, it's going across the bottom of the screen. Okay. I'm also going to make sure that I go ahead and tag it over here in the chat. So then that way you guys can also be able to have it over there. It is an amazing tool to be able to use. And I hope that you all will, take the time to go ahead and utilize this free tool as well. There we go. Dropped it down in the comments. Look, your girl's being the octopus over here. Okay, yes. So you should be able to click on that link and be able to take that free tool. And like I said, it's only 14 questions, very simple questions. And all you need to do is be honest with yourself. Don't try to impress nobody else. You need to be honest with you about where you are right now. And it's okay for you to not be okay. Okay. A lot of times, and, I just recently had this conversation with a girlfriend of mine, and it was just like, well, what about if I'm not okay? I don't like to be told you're strong, you can do it, you can pull it. And it's just like, yeah, but what about when I don't want to? Is it okay for me to not want to? It should be okay. Because we tend to carry a whole lot of stuff on our shoulders. And it's okay to say, you know what? I don't feel like carrying that right now. So I highly suggest that you guys go ahead and take that free assessment. There's only 14 questions. And like I had told y'all, it is based off of the Warwick-Edinburgh Mental Wellness Scale. Okay. And that is just meant to measure your well-being. So I took mine, and the score that it gave me, it let me know that I was, I was about average, but I could improve. And just so you're aware, you can take that test as many times as you want to. Okay. So then that way you can have a better idea exactly where you're going with things. All right. So does anybody have a question for Jersey Girl, Cousin Ish? That's what I want to know. Do you have a question? You want to say something to me? You want to ask me a question? I say ask away, because I done already told y'all I'm an open book. Okay. I don't have time to be beating around the bush about nothing. I runs my mouth. Yes, I do. And I want you guys to feel comfortable about asking me questions. And I'm pretty much a straight shooter. I'm going to answer it to the best of my ability. Okay. And if it's not something I feel comfortable with sharing, okay, I will honestly be honest with you all and say that as well, that that's not something I'm going to discuss. I don't feel comfortable with discussing, or that's just not something for me to discuss on this platform. And then there you have it. So Women's History Month, y'all, let's talk about this thing. Women's History Month goes back as far as March 8th of 1857. Yeah, that far back, okay? And it actually got started out in New York City, that there were various factory workers of women that were protesting against the conditions that they were having to work under. Now, when did the first celebration actually take place, though? This is what blew my mind, okay? I got a little hot under the collar, but at the same time, I had to understand what was going on. All right, Lynn Davison says what? You just took the test. I clicked on the site and it took, yes. Awesome. So make sure that you share with us, if you like Lynn Davison, what did you think of the test? Do you think that it went quickly, or do you think that, it gave you an accurate assumption of where you may be right now? Make sure you leave that down in the comments, because of course people want to know how things went. Yes, indeedy. So the first celebration actually took place in 1909. Now, I counted up the years. That is 52 years difference from when the first protest happened to when it was actually celebrated here in the US. 52 years. Really? Really? Yeah, really. And y'all already know we didn't get the opportunity to vote until years and years and years later. Oh, my goodness. Well, we already know how that goes, but neither here nor there. Let's keep talking about the progress that was being made. How about that? Okay. So our first celebration, like I said, wasn't until 1909, still out in New York City. So kudos to New York City for stepping up, though. Thank you. Thank you. Jersey says, thank you. Thank you. NYC. I shall appreciate you. I shall appreciate you. 1981 was when the Women's History Week was established. And it was the second week in March that it was actually established. Okay. And then in 1987 is when they decided to make it a month-long recognition. And every president since then has went ahead and commemorated the month of March as Women's History Month. So we're very glad for that and appreciative of that as well. I had my stuff here. Oh, look, I got it in my pocket. I got it in my pocket. So, because I wanted to make sure that I talked to you guys about, some data that I came across. So my citing source is the 2019 United States Census Bureau in regards to some of these stats and stuff that I'm going to read off to y'all. I'm not going to get too deep into it because, baby, it could be boring. Hey, Lady Donna Cox, you see in the shirt, girl? You see in the sweatshirt? Ow! Wait, I'm gonna have to put my girl back up here again. Hold on a second. I put my girl back up here. Ow! Chocolate Girl Designs, baby. In the house. So she makes beautiful bracelets as well. So I had already told y'all we are celebrating Women's History Month, and then we are giving shout outs. Yes, we are, because I believe in supporting, uplifting, and encouraging our women, because that is what Modern Proverbs Women is about. That was founded by Lady Tiffany Nicole, who is also over The Virtuous Hour. I know y'all like, well, she doing all these plugs. You better believe it. You better believe it, okay? So I just want to say thank you, Chocolate Girls Designs, for my wonderful sweatshirt. I surely do appreciate it, darling. You did a phenomenal job, and I applaud you for being a female entrepreneur doing the thing, okay? Yes, indeed. So let me go ahead and read some of these stats to y'all, because they pretty good. Yes, they are. So I got to back it up some. Back it up and jump. All right, y'all ready? Earnings. The median earning for women, I'll put it like this: education. There are more women enrolled in undergraduate and graduate schools than males. We know that we are the fastest growing, we are the fastest growing population here in the United States is our women, because we believe in education, educating ourselves, and being able to provide for our families. And then we're also the fastest growing entrepreneurs as well. Yes, we are. So we should be quite proud of ourselves in regards to that. Yes, that we are doing the thing. And I want to be able to highlight to you all in regards to, let me see. Oh, Lynn Davidson said that she scored a 54 when her assessment was originally between 17 and 59. Yes. Oh, okay. So with women being on the rise as far as being the fastest growing group that is making headway in being entrepreneurs, I want to be able to congratulate our women in doing so. And there are many different programs that are also out there and available for us as females, as women entrepreneurs. So I highly suggest that you begin to do some research with the SBA, which is a Small Business Association, to find out what grants and loans are available to you and what you can be able to qualify for. Grants obviously are things that you don't have to pay back, but loans you do. But the SBA also has some loans out there that are also forgivable loans. Oh, yes. And the interest rate is amazing too, y'all. So I say go ahead and get in as much as you possibly can in regards to your business, how to be able to get started. Begin to take a look within your own special gifts and talents and your passion, and pay attention to what those things are and how it can be monetized. Yes, I will have to admit to you guys that outside of working full time, I also, I'm running two businesses and I do get overwhelmed. But there's nothing wrong with asking for help and beginning to reach out to begin hiring people to assist you in making sure that your business is running accurately and to its best potential all at the same time. So I want to make sure that, Lady Donna Cox. Oh, thank you. Oh, I love and appreciate you too, sis. Yes. So I wanted to make sure that I also highlighted some of these other wonderful pictures and things that were also in here in regards to Women's History Month. Now, this obviously is an old picture, but you can be able to see that these women were lining up the streets. And it's important for us to be able to link shields together, y'all, to be able to encourage one another and to be there for one another as much as we possibly can. We don't need to be crabs in the barrel. There's enough food out here for everybody to eat, okay? And there's no need to pull another sister down when you are able to lift her up, okay? So let me go ahead and let you guys know about what's going to be happening and going on come next week. Well, come next week, there are going to be some changes for Jersey Girl. Yeah, some good changes, but I will be taking a break next week. I'm moving. Yes, I sold my home. So the Cozy Niche Pineapple Paradise, she is moving to another location, y'all. So I'm very, very excited about this new change and move that is happening. I was listening to Jonathan Reynolds, Moving On. Yeah. And I'm closing out a chapter in my life and fully closing it. And I'm fully walking into the next one. So I'm very, very excited about it. With changes, there comes some stretching. And there's nothing wrong with stretching. There were times that I did get overwhelmed, if I'm being totally honest. But you know what I decided to do when I got overwhelmed? Step back and said, you know what? I'm just going to need to take a breather right now. I'm not going to attack that right now. Normally, I would have been pushing through and just be like, you know what, girl, get this thing done. Don't be trying to make it too much or whatever the case may be, honey. No, I made the decision to say, no, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm going to listen to my body. I'm going to actually be cognizant of my mental health and step back and say, no, I've done all that I'm going to do today. And I'm okay with that. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed tonight's Cozy Niche. Like I said, I was debating on whether or not I was going to be coming on tonight. And that was just because, like I said, I've just been, in quarantine. And so it was like, do I really want to go on tonight? And what will I talk about anyway? And what better way than to go ahead and wrap up this month's Women's History Month with you all. And I want to thank Miss Mignette Young for coming on and talking and discussing. I want to thank my mom for coming on and discussing and opening up about what their journeys were. It takes a lot of courage for someone to step out and say what it is that they're going through or what they had gone through. And I know for me, I'm typically, like I said, an open book, y'all. I pretty much just kind of say it all. But there are some things that I don't, and I do keep to myself. And that's okay too. So it may not necessarily be everyone's cup of tea to go ahead and spill it all, shall we say. But I am appreciative of my mom coming on and sharing what her journey was and how things were for her. And I thank Mignette Young for coming on and sharing what her fibroid journey was for her. Kind of the things that happened in regards to that and opening up and talking exactly how they learned about what was going on with their particular bodies. Was it just at school? Was it at home? Was it a combination? And realizing that it's important for us to be able to teach those that are younger than us, those that are parents, that have little girls, have girls, that you are able to teach them, of course, according to their capability. You don't want to be sitting down having a full conversation, about, Mincy and, your child is 3. That don't make no sense. Okay. Age appropriate. So then that way you can be able to, equip your children. That is something that has always been at the forefront for me. I want to make sure that my children are equipped. I have no desire for them to get out into the world and for them just to be shocked by what's going on. You know what I mean? But I also have to be cognizant of their personalities, because each one of my kids has different personalities. Okay. Yeah, they all came from me. And yes, they're their own individuals. And then there's certain parts of them that are me. Not all parts of me, but there are certain parts that are me. And so I'm having to learn how to be able to know what their love language is and how to be able to reach them according to their personality, as much as I possibly can. So, but look, 4 minutes left. So if y'all have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to go ahead and pop it on in. If not, I am going to end it, because there's no need of me dragging it on just to say that I carried on to 8 o'clock. I appreciate you guys so very much. And I hope that you learned something about Women's History Month, which is Her Story Is Now. You can be able to make history now and today. Don't wait. You can be able to do it. And that's it. And it is Jersey Girl, and I'm signing off. Bye. Oh, don't forget, I'm not coming on next week, y'all. Next Monday, which would be April the 5th. Can y'all believe it's about to be April? My goodness. Already. Woo. So I'll see y'all back on April the 12th. Yeah. Dang. Already. Halfway through. Oh, and y'all don't forget, Resurrection Day is going to be happening this Sunday. And then this Friday, Good Friday. All right. Y'all take care. Bye.